Hey, I'ma always be here for you. I got you. Look here. Look in my eyes. Can't you see that I'm focused? Stay focused. I know you love me, baby, yeah. Can you show me that you love me? Can you put no one above me? Can you show me that I'm lucky? You drive me crazy, baby, yeah. Can you tell me that I'm lovely? Can you open up for me? Can you be my love junkie? I'll change for you. Talk to me what you wanna do. I'll give it all to you times two. You got my back, I got yours too. This throwback love feel like the 80s. We can dance on the moon and make a baby. I'll die for you, but don't call me crazy. In love with you, with you. Stay focused. I know you love me, baby, yeah. Can you show me that you love me? Can you put no one above me? Can you show me that I'm lucky? You drive me crazy, baby, yeah. Can you tell me that I'm lovely? Can you open up for me? Can you be my love junkie? Hey, hold up, I need you to calm down. Relax. I got you. I'ma always be there for you. Stay focused. You got me thinking. You got me dreaming. You got me thinking about the way you move, the things you do. You've got me fiending. Yeah. Will you always stay true?
Will you always stay true?
There's no me without you.
There's no me without you.
Will you be my everything?
Would you be my everything?
You'd be down for me.
You'd be down for me.
Will you beg it all on me? Can you show me that you're focused? Never leave my heart broken. Will you risk it all for me? Can you show me that you're focused? Never leave my heart broken. I know you love me, baby, yeah. Can you show me that you love me? Can you put no one above me? Can you show me that I'm lucky? You drive me crazy, baby, yeah. Can you tell me that I'm lovely? Can you open up for me? Can you be my love junkie? It's 9:36 in Los Angeles. I'm just vibing out in the city. Just letting my feelings out. Got a flight back to Memphis in the morning. Probably talk to my mother. Get on my brother's nerves. Maybe even write another song about you. Hit me up when you get this message.
You know the name, right? F-Y-A. When the morning sun sweeps across my room as I waken from another dream of you, you be staring at me, giving me a kiss, say honey, play me a song, sip a melody, give me something who say other baby. Wait till you nyam ya chale. You came along when I was nobody, nobody. Then show me how to be somebody, somebody. Hey, baba, hoy, bashi, fa, oh, I go die with you, get bo bad bo. Feel so bad until say, whoa, my love, my love, my love. You bring out the best every hour. You say good things that only make me stronger. You give me the strength to accept the things I cannot change. Mubawa mi di trade. Intentionality I mi different more. Baby I not here na yet true. Who should me cry and say go cry for. You came along when I was nobody, baby. Then show me how to be somebody. Oh, now he never she fell. I go die with you, give a bad boy. We say, oh, yeah, and sister, oh, my love. You bring out the best in me. You bring out the best in me. The best in me. Touch of your hand, boy. The best in me. And me. You're my man. No, you're my man. The best in me. You bring out the best in me. You bring out the best in me. The best in me. Oh, baby. Touch of your hand, boy. The best in me. I know you're my man, boy. The best in me. And you bring out the best in me. Oh, and you bring out the best in me. Oh, with the touch of your hand. Oh, I know you're the best. You bring out the best in me.
Yes, you bring the best out in me. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. I trust everyone you are doing well, and I believe that tonight is a time that we are going to deliberate, share, and discuss what we have on the table. Greetings to every one of you. Thank you for joining. Bed of Roses. In fact, the bed has been laid. We just have a few minutes for us to unveil what is behind the scenes. And so, God bless every one of you for joining us on this broadcast this evening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is time for us to share. It is time to share. It is time for me to share. It is time for us to share together. I'm going to release a song in that moment. Please do share. Invite a brother, a friend, a sister, and let us come to the love table, the love banquet, as we all discuss and share matters of the heart. Matters of the heart. The heart is what sustains us. The heart is what keeps us. When the heart is troubled, I tell you, everything around you will be troubled. So there is the need for us to find solutions to the day-to-day activities and the things that we go through in love, in our love affairs. And so please do me well. Let us all share. Let us all share. God bless you. God bless you. Yes, I will be right here waiting for you. Calls the love. Thank you, every one of you that have just joined us. I appreciate you so well. Thank you for taking time to join Bed of Roses, the hour of love, the moment to deliberate on the heart issues and what love wants, what love grieves above and about. And I believe that you are ready. We believe every one of you are ready for tonight, and I believe that something happening in our midst, something beautiful, something awesome. So please share with me and invite a brother, a sister, a friend, and let us do it together. Thank you. Millicent Tata, welcome, welcome, welcome. We appreciate God for your life. Mama Josephine Smith, God bless you. Your Excellency, Charlotte Odum, welcome so much. I thank God for your life, for connecting you to this broadcast. We appreciate God for your life. Says, good evening, Your Excellency, looking beautiful. Thank you, Your Excellency. I've been learning from you. Thank you. Thank you so well. We appreciate that. And then I see Emily Lara, Mama Emily Lara says, good evening, Reverend Corinne, and everyone on Bed of Roses. Good evening to you. I have Angela has made it say, Mommy, Mommy. My mommy, my mommy. Yay. My daughter, my daughter. God bless you. Say good evening or good evening to you, my darling. God bless you. We have Judith. Judith, how are you? Judith says, good evening, dear mommy. Good evening to you, Judith. Good evening to every one of you. Those that are listening behind the scenes, those that are listening on the radio, I appreciate you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here. There are so many platforms that you could have gone, but you chose to come here, and I take this opportunity to acknowledge you and appreciate you so well. Please do me an honor and share. Invite a brother, a sister, a friend, get somebody on board. We are going to zoom into discussion right away. But I need you to share. I need you to share and invite somebody whilst we all do it together. We all do it together. I'm releasing the song for exactly 2 minutes whilst we share, and then go straight into the topic we have tonight. Very interactive. We need your creative ideas and then also what you think. So please share. I love enjoying my music because love goes with music. And I believe that tonight we are all ready. Thank you for joining Bed of Roses. The hour is now. Angela said Titanic B. I believe you wanted to say Titanic B that. Yes, it is. And she says, wow, we have woman of God, Jennifer Teku, also with us. Woman of God, please join us in discussion today. And I believe we will also enjoy the wisdom of God in you. We thank God and we appreciate every one of you. Before I go further, we also have Master David ready. Master David is already here, so let me acknowledge him and then we'll go straight into what we have tonight. Good evening, greetings, Master David. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing well. I hope you are also doing well, and your viewers and listeners are also doing wonderfully well. Greetings to all of you.
Greetings, everybody misses you, and we are happy to have you on board tonight. Anytime you are here, we are so much happy. We are so much happy. Thank you for coming, and we appreciate every one of you. That I believe that you are sharing, you are bringing your friend, your brother, your sister. It is time to discuss. It is time to share matters of the heart. What the heart needs, what the heart is saying. We must come together and deliberate and find issues and find solutions to the issues of the heart. And so we are here on Bed of Roses. The bed has been laid, and the curtains is now being lifted. One of the things that I say is that relationship has many diversities. Everybody have their reason of getting into relationship. But when love calls and there is no one to answer, when love faces challenges and there is no one to support, what would you say that is? But when there is love and love stands and love supports, and love brings the best out of us, what would you call that? Tonight, we are talking about supportive relationship. Supportive relationship. What would we say about supportive relationship? We have so many questions to talk about, so many things that people have also asked question about, and I believe that it is time for us to bring clarification to these kind of things so that the heart will have a resting in where it's supposed to be. So tonight we are talking about supportive relationship. So in the first question, what is support? When we say support, what would you take the meaning to be? Supportive relationship. I want to also acknowledge Sarah also on the line. Sarah, you are welcome. I appreciate you so well. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so well. God bless you. So what is support to you that is out there? The studio lines are also open. I will put the numbers on the screen. You can also call and then bring your voice, and we will appreciate that. You can bring your comments, your questions and suggestions on this topic, supportive relationship. So the first question we are asking is, what is support? What is support? We will allow Master David to come in, and then we will also go further. For those of you that will drop your comment on Facebook, it will be read. Those on YouTube, it will be read as well. Preferably, if you are able to call the studio line, please do so. We would really appreciate that. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Once again, greetings, Master David, and then please come in. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you again for the opportunity. I think when in relationship, we say support, it comes in different forms. From whichever perspective you take it from, you will have a way of defining it. Because we all come from different backgrounds,
Yeah.
and we come to meet and decide that we want to journey together to of both of us. So in this journey, there is a saying in the program that says that if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go with people. Go in a group. The you will need some help, support. So when we come together, we should be able to dialogue. We should be able to, like we always say, dialogue, communication is one thing that will never depart from any relationship. You take it out, the relationship is already half broken.
Mm.
So the support comes in when I know there is another saying that says that your weakness is my strength and my strength becomes your weakness. So where I feel weak, you strengthen me. And then where I feel empowered and you are weak, I will also motivate you. So we shoulder each other, just like how the two hands, one washes the right, washes the left, and the left washes the right. That's how relationship is. So let's say we meet. I academically, the woman is very far advanced, and the guy is not academically inclined, but maybe the woman have a master's degree. Let me put it up. And the guy just finished secondary school. But this guy is very, very generous when it comes to business. He can buy anything and sell anything and make money out of it. He is not ashamed to sell anything and everything. So in this instance, the woman who have all these certificates and education can help this guy business by bringing in the knowledge you acquired in school. Let's say you need some, at least becoming a master's degree holder, whether it's in education, it's in culture or whatever, you have some management skill and you have some understanding, and then you are well connected to people who were your course mates or your schoolmates who were doing business management. And so you can hook up with them. Hey, I have my boyfriend is into this business. What ideas do you guys have that will help you make things work for us? You know, don't ask the questions that you are asking for him, but you are asking for us. When we change the language from I, me, to we and us, it brings that compatibility together because I am seeking for help for both of us, but not you. The moment we start singling people out, it's like you are maligning them according to their status. That is not good. And so the support comes in where you have the expertise and your partner is short on that field. So you tell them, hey, I know you like business. Now, let's put it this way. Maybe he don't even know how to do bookkeeping. He doesn't know how to do the income and against expenses. All he does is, I bought 10 shoes, I sold them, I made this money. So you will sit your partner down. Hey, okay, how much money do you invest? Okay, I put in this amount. What is your return of profit? Oh, if I take out how much I bought it and how much I sold it, I have profit. Then your academic intellect will let you tell him that no, your transportation, feeding, and all that have to be put into consideration because it's a business. And so you need to figure out how to maximize profit. At the end of the day, you put something down. When he goes to buy those things in the evening, you can sit down with this person. Let's calculate how much you have in stock. How much did you sell today? So that becomes your daily income, your daily return, your daily gross. If you don't sell X number of pieces in a day, you are not making anything because on that day, you will eat, you will pick a taxi, you will drive, you will do this, your fuel, and all that. So those become the help you are giving him or her. When it comes to they won't have to take some classes, you have to also help them by motivation, by telling them, hey, it's not too late. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can still get some certificates under your name. And that would make me proud, seeing you graduating in a certain course. And I'm always with you. Homework and things I will help you to do. So that becomes the help you are giving in that relationship. Maybe the person who the guy is much more connected. Maybe he's educated. He's the boss of the office or something.
Mhm.
Your wife don't have a job. She's
Mm.
sitting at home. She's a stay-at-home mom.
Please join
Now
us.
a business
Mm.
prospect comes in. You hook her up. Hey, there is this project that I
Mhm.
think you qualify for, and I
Mhm.
know you can do it. It's in my friend's office. Why don't we try? Let's go do it.
Mhm.
Let's go put in the application. You say, oh, I haven't done that before. Don't worry, you have me at your back. I will help you. We will
Mhm.
do it. You know, those things comes in. One other help that I would say is household chores.
Mm.
It is one thing that sometimes we ignore, and that is another killer of relationship.
Mm.
When you are living in the house and all you do is you eat and dump plates in the sink and walk away. Sometimes you may think it's normal, it's the duty of the other person to do it, especially we men.
Mhm.
We eat, wash our hands into the bowl and dump it there and walk away. And this goes to a lot of African men. When they are married or when they are in relationship, it's like the woman becomes a servant. But let's face it, you have to know. Now they say the two shall be one.
Mm.
So if you are one, what is your own contribution? Now, if the reason why God gave us two hands is this. Let me give you a simple analogy. When you have a gold bar,
Mm.
and if the gold bar is put in a bag with one handle, you will use one hand, your strong hand, to pick it first.
Mhm.
As you walk, you journey towards your destination. If they tell you you cannot drop it on the floor, if you drop it, you will lose it. What will you do? When the right hand is tired, you give it to your weaker hand, which is the left. If you are left-handed, you start with the left. When the left is tired, you will hand it to the right,
Mhm.
so it will not drop. The reason is that the two hands are in partnership. So when one gets weak, the other one is there to support for a moment. When that one gets weak, but then the other one is fully rested, then you hand over to that. By and by, as you are moving, you will see that you are getting closer to your destination without dropping. That's how relationship is, because it shouldn't be one-sided. You, the guy, you don't know how to cook. That is true, but you have the money. So why don't you tell your wife one weekend, this weekend, no home food. Let's go outside, go sit somewhere and eat some dinner from a nice restaurant. These days, there are women that know how to cook and they can cook in bigger portions for you to take and keep in your fridge and warm it and eat. So you go out there, look for one of those women and tell them, hey, I'll pay you this money. Make me a pan of jollof rice and another pan of chicken or fish and something. Make me a nice sauce. You do it, you come home, drive home, you bring it. Hey, I mean, from tomorrow till we finish this food that I brought, no cooking for you. Just relax and let's enjoy. You know, because you don't know how to cook, you have made room for food without you cooking it. And then that gives rest to your partner. And now that makes them feel that they belong to a relationship where they are also a factor.
Mm.
They also matter. You think about them, even though you were in the office, you were thinking about them not cooking over the weekend. It makes them feel important. So all these things brings in, and you when you bring all this in, right,
Mhm.
it makes your partner feel very much appreciated,
Appreciate it.
very much important. You get the maximum respect from them because they know wherever you are, you think about them in your decision, they are a factor. But when you don't do any of that, then it means you live in isolation and they become short-handed. They can't ask you for help, they can't ask you to help them, you don't offer to help them in anything. Somebody don't even help their own children to put on their shoes when they are going to school. I know some men, their kids will come to them, Daddy, can you help me? Go to your mother, stop disturbing me. And he's not doing anything, he's just watching European football. He's watching soccer, he's watching American football. Your own son, your own child cannot come to you and you can help them. They have to go to their mother. The same way some mothers push their children to their fathers. Don't bring it to me. Go take the homework to upstairs to your dad. Let him help you with it. That, it's one of those things. Let me pause here. If there's any other question.
Thank you so much, Master David. We really appreciate that. And thank you, the in-depth of wisdom that you always give, and we appreciate that. And because you have broadened it for us, and I'm even getting some points more from that which you are saying. So we appreciate that. Let me also acknowledge those that have just joined us. Mama Ajwad, we appreciate you. We also see Mama Ernestina Amwa. Mama Ernestina, good evening to you. Welcome. We have Mama Victoria Sedefia, who is also here. We appreciate God for your life. Every one of you that have joined, I believe so well that you are sharing. And today the topic we have is supportive relationship. I said earlier that when love calls and there is no one to answer, when challenges come and then there is nobody to stand or support, what do you call this? What do you call this? Yet you are into a marriage, yet you are into a relationship. So we are talking about supportive relationship, how well we can support one another. So please join in with your contributions as the numbers are on the screen. To those that are listening to us on the radio, we appreciate you so well. We have many countries such as Australia, we have Ghana, we have United States of America, we have United Kingdom, we also have Mali, and then we have Italy and South Africa with us, and we appreciate every one of you. To the countries that are tuning, please stay connected and keep spreading the news, and I believe that we are all going to enjoy this topic tonight, and I want every one of us, please don't hesitate to contribute. The studio lines are open. You can call and also bring your contribution. I always say that wisdom is not in one person's head. There is something you know that I don't know. There is something that I can bring out that you also do not know. Let us share on this topic, and we thank God that Master David has taken the lead for us, and then we will also follow and also bring our contribution. So thank you so much. Now, when we talk about, we were asking that what is support? What is support? And I believe that support is simply making yourself useful. There are so many people in relationship who are not useful. They are not useful, or no, they are not helpful. Now, they are there and they do what they feel like. They do what they want to do. And so today we want to streamline things and make us understand what support is all about. If I am to support someone, what does it mean? What does it mean for me to support someone? Do I go and do what I like? Do I go and do what I like? Because Bible says that, I believe that one of the statements that I made to someone, I was saying that God says that to the man that I am creating for you a helpmate. What did God give to the women? Probably Master David will also answer that for us. If God gave us as women to the men as helpmates, what did God give the men to us women? What are men to us as women? Somebody will also say, I know when I asked the question, somebody gave me a funny answer to that. But if we are to help one another, but there are some help that are not appreciated. There are some help that we don't even see as help at all. There are some support that I believe that it does not go nowhere. So today we want to talk about in depth about it. When we talk about supportiveness, or when we talk about being a supportive, or what is support, then what would you say? What would you say? You can also put your comments there, and then it will be read, because the time has come for us to come together. As Master David was saying, that relationship is about shouldering each other. It's like when you are going for the race, you know, those on the race, when you are going for baton, you know, somebody is at the far end, somebody is in the middle, somebody at the tail end. And then when you run to another part, you pass the baton, the stick to the other person. The other person also runs ahead, give it to another person, and it goes round. It is not just one person's job, but both of you working hand in hand to make sure the relationship sticks, to make sure the relationship stands. But today we can see that if either is one-sided, that is overworking, or one person is just adamant about it, or one person, they both give up. You know, some people, yeah, I know I counsel a lot of people because I'm a counselor. There, sometimes the woman said that I'm also tired, I'm not going to do it again. In fact, I've been doing it all these years and now he's not supporting, so I am also tired. She also gives up. But today we want to talk about supportive relationship, whether being married or unmarried, whether you're in a relationship, how well should support be? What should we do? What is support at all? Because Master David, hear me, there are some people that they will come as, oh, I'm coming to support you. But what they come to do is they come to impose on you, rather. They come to rather do what they feel like. They don't come to help what I'm doing. Now, let us take it that I want to carry water. There is water in a bucket that I want to carry. And then somebody comes there. If you want to be supportive, you help me carry that water that I want to carry. Yeah, you help me carry that water. You don't come and then, oh, now what is the essence of you carrying the water? Please put it down and let us do something beneficial. You know, there are some things that people, when they come to support, they actually are not there to support, but they came to gain, rather, they came to gain. So let us talk about these things deeper. So how can I will say that, as let's take this one first. What is the signs of a supportive partner? How can you know that this one is the one that supports? If I'm going to a relationship and then I want to weigh pros and cons before I say I do, and then how will I say that this one is a supportive wife or a supportive husband to be or wife to be, or even in the marriage, how can you say my husband is supportive? How can we say my husband is supportive? What are the signs of a person who is very, very supportive? Please put your comments there, and then we will be back to also pick those. Let's go further. Well, now, I will just take one and then I will also allow Master David to come we have got a caller there. Let me quickly pick the call. Hello, good evening.
Oh, hello, good evening.
Good evening. Who do we have there?
Lower my distance first. Hold on.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Reverend, it's Josephine speaking.
Okay, Mama Josephine, you are welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, I just want to pick on the last sentence you made.
Mm-hmm.
What is, how do you know
Mm-hmm.
if somebody's going to be very supportive?
Mm-hmm.
My train of thought is just lost me for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose, in my view,
Mm-hmm.
is that anybody who says they come to support need to buy into my vision, buy into my idea, buy into wherever it is that I'm doing. If the person goes overboard, more than you should try to take, that I think I will have to question what kind of support they're trying to bring to me. Now, we brother, is it brother David?
Yes, Master David. Yeah.
Is it David? Brother David?
Yeah, it's David. Yeah.
Yes. He really brought in quite a lot of pointers, and I'm very, very happy that he talked about men, and sometimes not supporting the woman sometimes in the house, etc. One of the things that comes to mind is the scriptures in Proverbs 14:1. About the wise woman builds her house, and the foolish pulls it down with her hands. I suppose when one gets married or they're in a relationship, they need to be a source of support, strength for each other. They need to be, less competition among themselves. They have to understand that where if anything good happens to me, it's also translates to you as well. So it's not going to fighting one another. When one, in terms of relationship or in terms of as a woman, you always, God has given us such strength in us, ability, special empathy, sympathy in us, and the emotional side of it, of the human being. He's given us a resilience that, I suppose, in a way we can support the house and the man, our partner, so to speak. It's a very tricky, tricky test to say somebody comes in that they think they're come to help, but rather they're going to make a mess, rather break up wherever that's going on, create chaos before you know. And I think that is the point that we all, I don't know so much about that. I'll be very happy somebody can, elaborate on how we can avoid those loopholes. So people coming in and thinking they want to help, but really it's either they come to take or they just come to create chaos in the most chaotic environment that's it. But I suppose, in every relationship, I know some of them times in relationship, when you come together, we have one vision, and it can be that of the man or the woman. If man or woman has to be supportive in that. If I want to do something, I expect my husband to support me, to give me the encouragement. Oh, this is nice. Or even if the person is going wrong, it depends on the language of how you speak. To turn that thing around, you can say, "Oh, something, darling. If you do it this way, I mean, your idea is okay, but I also feel that if you do it this way, it can also change. But the decision is yours. So you kind of encourage one another. You don't, impose on one another, basically. Yeah. So that's mine for now.
Thank you so much. That is in depth, and we appreciate that. Thank you for calling, and thank you for also contributing. She'll be one of the people you'll be hearing most of the time from. And so we appreciate God for Mama Josephine for joining us. Somebody, you can also join us by calling any of the numbers on the studio line, and right there you will be here, and then your voice will be heard. Now the question is, we are talking about supportive relationship. Yes, Mama Josephine has asked the question, and I believe that we are going to tackle that question very soon. And I believe that question is going to be a question that Master David will also come in and will also come in and also share his views as well. Now, let us go, as I was saying, that when we talk about signs of a supportive person or signs of a supportive wife to be, husband himself, and a wife herself, then what are some of the signs? Now, let me say that in order for you to be able to support someone, the first thing that you must do is that I believe that you must understand the person. You must understand where the person is coming from. You must just get to know the person. You cannot just jump from one place and then just pounce on somebody else. So you are not doing this right, you are that. But if you begin to understand the person, get to know the person, understand the way they do their things. Now, when you understand a person and then the details of their life and why they do what they do, you will be able to help them in the whatever pursuit they want to pursue, than you just being a dictator or just you getting things in probably concluding on certain things wrongly. So first of all, if we want to be supportive wives and supportive husbands, and then to probably in-laws or whatever you are, then first thing you must do is to learn to know the person that you want to support. So in essence, in relationship, we must know each other. You must know why your partner wants to do things the way he wants to do his things. There are some people, I quite remember that a man of God was saying that when he got married early, when he married, the very less about the first month was a very, very hassle, because he wanted his flower pot by the window. By the time he comes, the wife will have moved it to somewhere else, and he also moved it back to the window. And so it was like this shifting cultivation for a whole month, and nobody was saying anything. And then he got to a point that he became upset about it. He became upset about it. Now, you as a wife have come in, and then you want to see things that, okay, this is not in the right place, which women we do most of the time. We know things, oh, it has to go this way. But first of all, you must ask questions. In order not to for you to get things wrong, you must ask questions. Oh, why is this one there? Why do you choose to put it there? When you begin to ask questions and to understand why the person does what they does, I believe that you will understand them and be able to give the necessary help that they need. Because sometimes we want to offer help, but the help that we want to offer, it becomes something else. So please, the sign of a person who is supportive is somebody who have understanding of their partner. They may understand, okay, this woman likes wearing red, or this woman likes wearing black, or this for this particular reason. Hear me, this particular reason. So therefore, if the reason may not be tangible enough, that is when you come in to educate the person. That is when you come in to say, okay, my husband, this flower pot by the window, I don't think it is helpful because that. And you are able to support the person by giving what knowledge. And then the person will understand, oh, okay, if that is how it is, then move it. Than you trying to change things the way you want to change it. Now, so being supportive as a potential wife, potential husband, you must learn to know your partner. You must get to know the person and then begin to ask questions. Now, there are things that there was a story about a lady that decided in their family, they had a particular way of doing things. And this way of doing things was an old thing that their great-grandmother taught their grandmother, and their grandmother, great-grandmother taught their grandmother, and their grandmother taught their mom, and their mom taught her. And so it has been like a tradition in the family. And so they have done things in that manner. And so one time she met a person who says that, why do you do what you do? You know, then she stood and he said, I don't even know, my mom taught me. So he went to the mom to ask my mom, why do we do things like this? And so my mom taught me. So they went way back. And then when they went way back, they realized that in the olden days, there was no better way of doing it but doing it in that manner. You know, so therefore, this woman now realized that, okay, the way I'm doing this thing, that there is a better way and a simple way to do it than to continue with the old ways. Now, if you don't ask questions, you will not know. And sometimes you may infringe on the right of the person. So to be supportive, let us begin to understand the person that we relate with. Let us begin to ask questions. If there are things that you don't understand, please ask before you begin to impose or begin to dictate for the person. So I want to put this one, say it all begins from understanding. It all begins from understanding the person you are with. Hear me, don't impose yourself, but understanding the person's true nature, how they do. This is why we have temperament. Hear me, there are people, I don't know, but when you get time, we'll teach on temperament. People do what they do because sometimes it is their temperament. There are people naturally, they are loud. They are loud. That is their temperament. So it doesn't matter how you want to let them shut their mouth and all that. It doesn't work in some cases because that temperament in them causes them to do that. There are some people, well, let us talk about the phlegmatic. They are naturally slow. A phlegmatic person is a natural slow person. And then a person who takes longer time in making decisions. And it's not easy to change some people's minds. So if you know about their temperament, you are able to understand the way they do their things and then be able to offer the support that they need. So I will say that from now, if we want to be supportive in our relationship, in our homes, in our marriage, in our workplaces, please understand things. Begin to understand things. I'll let Master David also come in and then we'll take some few comments from there. I have got 2 questions that have been sent to me right now. We will go into it. Let Master David come in. So Master David, there was a question that was being asked. I asked for a first question that God said that he has created women as helpmates for the men. And then I said that, so what did God give men to women for? So if you answer that, and then we'll come to Mama Josephine's question as well. Thank you so much, Master David. We appreciate that.
Thank you, and I would like first let me answer your question. God created women and helped me, right? Men. side is
Uh-huh.
what are men called to women.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You know, let's take it on the face value
Uh-huh.
that God created a woman as a helpmate
Mm-hmm.
to come and help you.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody comes in to help you, you are doing the main job, and
Mhm.
somebody is coming to give you a hand.
Mm-hmm.
They are not supposed to take up the whole project.
Mm-hmm.
They are there as assistants. When you have a personal assistant, your personal assistant can schedule your meeting, but
Mm-hmm.
they cannot dictate what happens at the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you hire a personal assistant or when you hire an agency
Mm-hmm.
to help your business, you have to give them your business plan.
Mm-hmm.
You have to let them know where you are heading to. And then they bring in their idea to support you to get to your destination. So if we even take it at the face value that women are support and help mates, then every man owe it to a woman to explain to them your vision,
Mm-hmm.
where you want to go, and how you want to get there. Now, the woman becomes the master planner and the manager of the affairs of helping you to get to your destination.
Mm-hmm.
But when you zip your mouth and sit down, you produce the babies. And now you want her to be the sole owner of the baby and in taking care of them till the children become somebody. You have failed as a man in the first place. And I always say,
Mm-hmm.
any man who does not support the wife in raising his own children, shame on you.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, you know what we hear? When the child dies, it pours water on the floor. They say, oh, did you see your son? Your son is pouring water everywhere. But when that boy goes to school and comes up with 5 A's, A plus, letters of recognition from school, yeah,
Mhm.
that's my boy. Shame on you. Shame on you. Who helped him to do the homework to get those A's? It was the mother. Who put up his school uniform on him in the morning? Is the mother. Who walked him to school? Is the mother. What did you contribute that for him to become your boy because he's smart?
Mm-hmm.
When he poured water or milk on the floor, you referred him to the mother. You told the mother your son is making a mess.
Mm-hmm.
But when he become a first class in his classroom, yeah, that's my boy. Shame on you. You know, sometimes we have to understand the fact that if you want to be the head of the family, then you dictate the pace at which the family goes. And if the woman is your helpmate, you need to respect her department as a helper. And any opinion that comes from that woman is not a stupid suggestion, but it is a suggestion to propel you to your destination in a smooth sailing way.
Mm-hmm.
Any man who fails in business, who have a wife, they say to every successful man behind every successful man there is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
The same way behind every failed man.
Let me continue for you. Behind every failed man, there is a side chick.
No, there is no side chick. There is a woman. The side chick is also a woman, considered as a woman. But the difference between these two women is that the woman behind the successful woman is respected. Her opinion counts in the success of the man. The failed man does not recognize the woman as a mate. He does not respect the opinion of the woman, so the woman zips her mouth, and the blessings of God through that woman does not get anywhere to the man. So the man will fail. Until we begin to acknowledge the knowledge God has impacted in women and put it to use, we will not know what they are made of. If you don't know what God has or what women bring on the table, let me give you a simple analogy.
Mm-hmm.
You give them your monthly spending money, right?
Yeah.
And for house chores, what people call the chop money, whatever. You
Mm-hmm.
get up in the morning, you give them a check. Oh, today can you go to the market and buy some food stuff? I want to eat a lot of rice. If you put that money, whether $100, 200 pounds, whatever, inside the pot, put water on it and cover it and say, I want your love rice, and turn the stove on, what will happen?
Mm.
They will not turn into a jollof rice.
At all.
But when you give that money to a woman, she goes to the market. She knows what ingredients to buy. After buying the ingredients, she knows which proportion to put them for the food to turn out right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is the same way we have to respect women in our life, our partners. The woman, the same way, if you're a stay-home mom and you don't work, the man goes out there, he has put in all the effort, he's trying his best to bring home something so we can all have the food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how small that income is, respect it.
Mm.
Sometimes we come home, we know what we are doing is not enough. We know the money we are leaving in the house is not enough, but that is all we can get at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is, for us to have peace in the house, for me to know you, for you to know me, we have to meet at the no man's land.
Mm-hmm.
You come from your country, I come from my country. We meet at the borderline. We sit there and we make peace.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what I am bringing, what I have in my bag. You tell me what you have in your bag. Then we say, okay, let's blend it together and do load share.
Mm.
Take this out, we don't need it because I have the same thing. Mine is better than yours. So pour yours out, jump on board, or take few things from your bag, reduce it because I have some here that are fresh. Because when we all have the same food in the can,
Mm.
before we can throw some out, we need to check the expiry date, right?
Yeah.
So if what I have in my bag as a man is 2 months away from expiration and yours is 1 year away, which one do we throw out? We throw mine out because you have one that can last us the whole year.
The whole year, yeah.
How many men will agree to this? Our ego, our pride have swallowed us to our nose. That we can't even have, we are suffocating with pride. That we don't even have room to breathe fresh air from a woman who is much intelligent and smart coming into our life. I am hitting on men more when it comes to this because we are the people that swallow, that carry so much pride. That we don't want to let go certain things and give in because, oh yeah, she's my helpmate. Yeah, the Bible says I'm the head. Yes, I always say this. An empty head is like an empty can. It has no use. So let's respect each other. Respect is one core thing. And then your question was, how will you know this person is will help or this person is a helpmate?
Yeah, that's Auntie Mama Josephine's question.
Okay. What was the question?
She was also to know that how do we see like the red flags to know that this person is not there to help, but rather to make a mess or to rather create more problem. So if you know somebody coming in as probably a lover or somebody, and you know that okay, this one when you look at this sign and that sign, the person is not here to support you, but rather to make for themselves or to even cause a bigger problem. So what are some of the signs that we can also talk about?
Yeah, there is one thing we all have to understand. As human as we are, and God gave us one thing that I think wherever He is, He has regretted giving us is the willpower,
Oh dear.
the power to choose, the power to decide, the power to pick what we want to pick and where we want to be at any time. The reason I'm saying this is when you go before a counselor and you tell them half truth, you get half results and half advice based on the truth. If you want a full advice, you give full account. But most of the time when we are starting a relationship, one thing we leave out is going in or out, behaving as who we are, who we truly are. But we always look out for what the other partner is looking for, and then now we begin to tune ourselves to match what they are looking for, just to get to them.
Just to get
This
approval.
attitude always makes it difficult to know who you are getting into a relationship with, their true nature, until a certain time, until something comes in to test the relationship or to test the pulse of the person. They say gold is never fine unless it goes through fire. But there are certain things you can see. You are in a relationship with a person, you just started dating, and he told you, oh, can I see you at 7? You show up, it was maybe 15, 20 minutes past 7. Oh, why are you this late? Why didn't you show? Oh, maybe there was traffic. Yeah, that's why you have to leave early. You know there will be traffic. There's always traffic on that road. You know, those are the things. The person is not even waiting to hear you out. That person, how can they help you? Because if they had given you a listening ear, for you to table what reason that made you late, then they can say, oh, okay, that's fine, it's okay. At least you are here. That's all that matters. You know, sometimes traffic is normal. It happens. But you know, maybe tomorrow I'll show you there is a shortest route that you can take that will bring you here that quick. This is somebody who knows you are late. Listen to the reason why you are late. Now prescribing one thing that will make you get here early the next time you want to come. That's one sign to tell you that the person is in to listen and help. Not the other guy who or lady who is throwing you out. Oh yeah, you are late. I have somewhere to go, so maybe next time. The next time you have to be here on time. Other than that, yeah, it's not, this meeting will not happen. Which of these two will you want to go to frequently? Is there definitely the one that will listen to you and prescribe something that will help you next time to get here early? You know, Mama Josephine says something that people that will not come into your life and come and create more problems than you think are coming to help. That is true. Those are the pretenders. They will pretend to be sheep, but they are wolves in the sheep clothing. And we cannot do away with pretenders. Some people are born pretenders. They will pretend until the last day. After they put the ring on your finger, that is when their pretentious life ends. It doesn't matter. You tell them, I'm not ready yet. They have to take me 2 years. They will wait in pregnancy. Those are the habitual pretenders. Once they keep their eye on you, they will do anything to make you feel like they are dead. They are pretenders unless that fire comes in. You know, one old man told me, he said, if you want to test a poor man's generosity, make him rich. And if you want to test the rich man's humility make him poor.
Mm.
You know,
It's true.
these are things that life is a test of time. But when one cannot listen to you to the end, for you to air your grievance, for them to listen to you and share your pain. Sometimes in a relationship, you walk in, your partner is crying.
It's true.
What do? You barge into them crying. What do? Share their pain. Hey, what is going on? You sit by them, rub their back. Hey, I don't know what is going on. I know something might have happened, but whatever it is, calm down. We can solve this. We can solve. It's not like you can solve this. No,
We
can.
can do
We
it
can do
together.
it. I am here. I don't know what happened. But calm down. Tell me, and let's find a solution to this.
Mhm.
If she's not even willing, the way you will insist, you know, you are not in this alone, and I cannot let you deal with it. Whatever it is, if somebody harass you, let me know. Let me go deal with that person. Let me go handle them. Let me go. You know, you want to do something for them. And when they begin to tell you whatever it is, calm yourself down, sip your mouth, let them pour their heart out. After they finish talking, it's not for you to judge them. You know, we become too judgmental. Oh, so it is because of this small thing that you are here sitting here crying. That is true. When the Israelites sent delegates to go look at the land God has promised them, when they came back, some of them came with fear and panic that the men, they were giants. And in their own eyes, they saw themselves as grasshoppers. At that point, the God who opened the sea for them to walk through, they had powers. Now they were talking in their own eyes and their own emotions. And so when there are certain things that look like the tip of a pin to you, but another person see it as a giant mountain, it doesn't mean that we don't see things in the same eyes. We see it in different perspectives. If you write 6, the letter 6, right? And you stand at the northern part of 6, you see it to be 9. The one standing at the south see it as 6. That should tell you that we all don't have the same eyesight. But then with compromise, when I move to where you are, that's the only time I will be able to see it from your perspective.
Master David, not to catch you. Let me quickly allow this caller and then we'll continue from there.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Hello. Who do we have there?
Mommy.
Angie.
I'm here.
Welcome. God bless you. Master David, Angela is greeting you.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's my time of
Angie, are you hearing what Master David said? He said, how are you?
I'm good, my darling. I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well.
I bless you. I bless God for you.
Amen. Bless you too.
Continue to bless you for everyone. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Go ahead.
I've not heard a lot of what was going on, but definitely, I will just say to you that is that.
Okay, so what we're talking about is supportive relationship. Now we are that signs of knowing that this person coming into your life is not there to support, but rather to make a mess. How can you know that this person is a supportive partner? How can you know that this person is also there to make a mess?
Everything. It's not supportive. If it's not supportive, I'm just saying. We are women, we are men. We are adults. Strive on. knows He has something purpose for each and every one of us.
Mm.
Mommy, I will only speak on my experience.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
of your covering up. I'm just, this last week, I think it was last week
Yeah.
that I worked and I was busy and whatever. It's well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you that not all that you see by day is all by night.
Mm.
Like Master David said, it is just comment that like life is just like this. We have to. And the spirit of no matter what happens in life. I know it's not easy to say because I heard what they said. I'm just continuing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not easy to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things that were said were saying for the number one one there, were saying for the people that let me tell you. There's a time and a place for everything.
Okay.
100% we have to forgive.
Mm.
Forgive first. There is nothing that I do that I will not forgive.
Mm. So let me ask you this. So how can you know that a man who is coming into your life is there to support you or not? How can one tell?
You will not know, but let me tell you.
Uh-huh. Tell me.
I'm just telling you.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, my dear.
There's always flag.
Mm-hmm.
There will be flag.
Mm.
There will be flag sticking up.
Mm.
Let's not be blindsided with the things that we see.
Mm.
I hate it. We have to move on.
Okay.
We can't be blindsided. We have to understand that, okay, hey, I love you. I love you too. What's happening?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with a woman marrying a man. There's nothing wrong with a man having a woman. There's nothing wrong with people just getting together and enjoying themselves.
Uh-huh.
It's the line that makes red flag.
Mm. The lies they tell.
It's the line. Because mommy, if you're a man, I will carry you. If you say to me, Auntie, this is this, okay, I love you still.
Mm-hmm.
But watch for those who
Mm. Which is the lies that the men tells.
I'm not blaming men because I love them. Master David, I love you.
If you blame us, you are right. I know it. I know that one. That is the truth. Because there is the biggest problem is the lies that we tell come back to hit us, and then when the woman walk away, then we blame the women that the women cannot stay with the one man. It is because the men are lying to her over and over again. Why you blame her?
Okay.
Blame the men. Let them speak the truth. The woman will stay.
Woman.
Yes, darling.
Woman.
Yes, dear.
In the ministry of God,
Uh-huh.
women are weak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? Women are weak. The men come, they will talk from November to December. I'm just talking. They will talk from November to December. Still, you will just catch yourself. I'm just telling you. Experience is older than experience in this life is older. I've experienced so much things. Mommy, the last week I told you that there's things that I can't hear. There is things that we can't talk because we're on air. People are watching and listening. People are watching and listening. We do.
Okay.
Everything that we do, we bless God for everything.
Mm.
It's not that you are the most wickedest person in
Mm.
this world. No. You're not the most wicked. You're not the most sinful person.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the most person that, so you couldn't do this, but this one could do this. It's not that. You are blessed by the anointing. So let me just, I'm giving you this.
Okay.
When fear
Mm-hmm.
situation, things are going on, that's enough. God has chosen you. He chose you in your belly, in your mother's womb.
Mm-hmm.
He knew who you were. You didn't even know. Your mother didn't include you. It came out here. You could have messed up. You could have done better. You could have done that. I'm just telling you the choices that we have.
The choices we have.
When God holds you, He holds you for good.
Mm-hmm.
When God holds you, He holds you for good.
Mm.
And there's another testimony inside. Don't worry about what the people do to you, what they don't do to you, what they do to you. I from you.
Wow.
Manifest yourself as God's blessing.
Mm.
He's the one. He's the author and the finisher. Sometimes we are walking. Let me give you a testimony, please.
Uh-huh.
Once you go, please allow me.
Okay. Go ahead.
2 days ago, 2 days ago,
Mm.
PM. I don't know what happened. Just find out from my wife. I'm not doing it. Me, I don't shame. I'm not ashamed of
Mm-hmm.
God my glory. For His glory, not mine. I'm never ashamed. Huh? I just put my thing from me. I just having our time there like this. Where, what happens is awakening.
Mm.
Everybody just feels like, from just being relaxed. When I saw somebody standing in front of me,
Mm.
I didn't stop crying. The cry didn't stop me.
Mm-hmm.
The cry never stopped. My cry did not
Mm.
stop. Your own Jesus name. And we all do things.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that we can do is to have God by our side.
Mm.
Rejoice in Him at all times.
Mm.
He's the author and the finisher of our faith.
Mm.
He
Well
will
said,
never
Angie.
let us down.
Mm.
Man can let you down.
Mm.
And in the Bible, when they're talking about man, they're talking about women too.
Mm.
Man is plural.
Mm. Very, very well spoken.
We are, we are, we are, we are, we are men.
Mm.
We are woke men.
Mm.
Let me tell you. I will just say, when I'm not ministering, but
I
it's
think
just-
you are ministering.
No. When it came up now, I said when I'm ministering to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
but it's what happens. I'm just telling you, Mommy, when I'm ministering or when I'm speaking to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and I will say things, I don't know what I'm talking about. Because I've not accepted the holy inside of me.
Mm.
But the holy is registered inside of me.
Amazing. And it bears witness with what you are saying, and very, very, very true. Because
I'm
man
just telling you,
can
I
disappoint
love
us.
you so much.
I love you too, my darling. I love you
Love you
more.
so much. Minister David,
Yes, he can hear you.
are you listening?
Yeah, he can
You're
hear you.
wonderful.
So
I hope I've not gone off topic, but I'm just telling you,
yeah,
the way that I love you,
thank you so much. I love you too, my darling.
I will never stop. I will minister myself when I'm humble and I'm at home.
Mhm.
Just, I'm cool down, not with the heat of what's happening outside.
Mm.
Because the heat of outside can turn you something else.
It
I will
does.
never be disturbed, and I will never be disturbed.
Mm.
But for the glory of God. Let
Thank
him turn
you.
me the way he wants me to do.
Mm.
I'm just telling you, mommy.
I have heard you. Thank you so much. Because you
But
have
I'm
made a
just
vital
telling you.
point. And the point
I'm
is
just
that,
telling you.
yeah, I have really heard you.
We always look at things like this one is this one is this one, this one. Don't judge anybody.
Mm. Mm.
Hear what they have to say.
Mm.
Look.
Mm. Amazing. So first of all, men, they tell that is the lies that they tell us that is the red flag. And then also we should have patience to hear everyone. And because you don't judge anyone, allow them to have their say, and then from there you will know what to do, isn't it? And then man will disappoint you, but you should trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord. There are certain things I quite agree with you, because there are certain things that if you are sitting down to watch a person, you cannot find out until God gives you that opportunity to find out who that person is. So you have really spoken well. These are some of the things that we should also know. Prayer is vital for you to know that, okay, whether this person is for you or not, you will get to know through prayers.
Pray.
Thank you so much.
Mommy, we pray.
Yes.
We pray every day. We pray every day.
Mhm.
Sometimes I feel bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel bad that I can't get up. Not that I can't get up. And also,
Mhm.
I'm okay.
I would understand because I know you. I know you
I
that.
can't be there.
Yes, I
can't be there. I
understand.
think, what is mommy thinking like? Is she thinking that like? It's not that. Let me tell you.
I know it, my
I will
darling.
be there.
Yes, because you are at work, and I appreciate that.
I know the love of God on my own life, and you have made me to even reconnect it. I'm just telling you.
Thank you so much.
The love of my life is too much for
Amen.
any man on here.
Let me.
On the heels that we look.
Thank you so much. Let me take a few comments and then you will continue from there. Yeah.
That's okay, mommy. I will go off.
Okay. And then come back again. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much. I love you too. Thank you. Mama, Mama Angie has explained things to us. Some of the things it takes prayer for you to get to know, and also allow people to air their views. Don't judge, but allow the person, then you can know the right things. Thank you so much, Mama Angie. We appreciate God for your life. We have Mama Comfort who can say will be easy, like everything is running smoothly, like you know each other for so long. It's not difficult because the person knows you and accepts you for everything you do in life without hesitation. And if in doubt, you both communicate well. Okay. Mommy says that things becomes easy. I believe that that's what she's saying. Things becomes easy for the person that you know that is there to support. It makes things easy, and like everything is running smoothly, and things run smoothly, and because the person have known you for too long, and it is difficult in everything. Okay, it's not clear a bit, but I believe that Mom is saying that when you stick with somebody for a long time, the person gets to know you and accept your fault and also be there for you as well. Thank you so much, Mommy. Thank you. I appreciate. We have Mama Adwa Adoma says a supportive partner shows interest in everything the other party is doing. They share ideas and work together always. Thank you so much. A supportive partner shows interest in everything the other party is doing. They share ideas and work together. Amazing. We have Mary, Mama Mary. God bless you. He said, just join up. I'm listening, so right my trust always. Amen and amen. Thank you so much. Please do drop your comments and also do call the studio line. Thank you, Mama Angela, for those profound points that you gave. God bless you. Let me allow Master David to come in. Master David, please come in. Thank you so much, every one of you there.
I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she said a whole lot. And sometimes no one should get anybody wrong. And sometimes when topics like this come, at some point emotions kicks in, especially when you have been a victim or when you have experienced such things we are talking about.
Yeah.
And it's always good to hear people out.
Yes.
It's always a good thing to give people the chance to pour their hearts out. And then we can pick the bits and pieces of what they are pouring out and make our own life better.
Yeah.
Because if you don't hear the other party out, you wouldn't know the extent at which yours, which has just started, will go.
Exactly.
People have supported their partners with all their heart. And at the end of the day, what did they get? Disappointment. Broken-heartedness.
It's true.
Some of them become single parents out of pouring their hearts out to support their partners. And if we don't have these meaningful discussions, you will not even know what constitutes a red flag. Unless you get someone with such experience to be telling you what they see and what they have experienced. Because, like she said, no one will be able to tell you by an outlook that this person will not be supporting. Just like you were giving an example of a pastor and the wife. You see, between them, they were not communicating, but they were fighting a battle of silence. No one was bold enough to express themselves to each other and say, oh, did you move this foot? I think I want it there. I feel good when maybe I'm walking in and I see that flower. That's why I want it in the window. And hear the other party out. And when somebody is telling you how they feel and what about something, don't rubbish them.
Yeah.
When anybody that jumps into a quick conclusion and rush out what concerns you, they are not there for you. They are there for themselves.
Yeah.
They are not ready to compromise. You know, in a relationship, compromise is always one thing. How much can you give in? Anybody that cannot compromise cannot be in a good relationship. And it's not because you are not compromising enough. When you are the only person compromising all the time, at some point you will be tired. And to tell you the truth, you walk away.
Yeah.
Because you feel you've given it all. And the other person is not meeting you even halfway. How does that work? It doesn't work that way because in the olden days, the balance sheet, the balance scale had a counterweight on the other side. So if the counterweight is 100 kilos and you put in 100 kilos worth of corn or gold on the other side, it balances out and then they'll tell you the weight of it is 100 kilos because the scale is balanced. As soon as you take the balance out, the other side what will happen? It will fall out or it will fall down. So we have to give an equal proportion of this support. Keep the relationship balanced. Because when you put in $1,000 in the business, and at the end of the day, you are making only $600 out of the business as your gross income, you are at a loss. Give and take, worst comes to worst, make 1,000, then you know you broke even. But when you are always taking home less than you put in, then there is a problem.
There is a problem.
You don't know how to go to the kitchen. Your wife is pregnant.
Yeah.
She needs help in the kitchen. Then get somebody to come in and help. Or go find some nice restaurant where you can get her some food, some good food from time to time. So it will lessen her burden of cooking for you all the time.
Very true.
As there are some people that live in a relationship and they are so stingy to a point where they don't even know where you are saving all that money to. Because you one day die. It doesn't matter how long you live. When you go out with your friends, they call you the show boy. Because you pay for every drink and every wine anybody wants to drink on your table. Because you are the manager of the office. But when you come home, when it comes to your wife and children, all they hear from you is you are doing some project, you are doing some investment, you are doing some business. For crying out loud. You spend on outsiders more than you spend on your own family. Shame on you. A woman in a relationship respects some men outside who she don't even know from Adam. But disrespect her partner in totality out there. Shame on you. How do you balance the scale? When we go to church, I see how the humility with which you talk to the people, the men in the church, the humility with which you bow and talk to the pastor, the humility with which you, my husband, you talk to pastor's wife. But when it comes to me, your wife.
Master David, can you hold on for me? I've got two callers. Hello. There's one ending with 997. Hello, you first. Hello.
Hello, it's me again.
Okay, Mama Josephine, let's hear you.
It's me, Josephine here. So we've kind of talked a lot, so much about the positives and the negatives, and how to to sort of help one another, so to speak. I mean, let's bring it to this modern era now. This modern era, you have both men and women working. In the old days, Brother David just mentioned something which talking about the balance. In the old days, you had the woman at home, the husband working, and so most times during those times, women potential was not, whereby. Excuse me, but I think where the man's bird of hearing, you tend to the woman loses herself, to just some routine, children, husband, cleaning and dusting. These days we have both women and men working. We are in a very technical technology era. Technology era. What is it that we are saying? What sort of help advice are we saying? I mean, yes, we're talking about with relationship, just relationship going into marriage, or people who are already married. We know sometimes people who are. Yes, indeed.
Hello, I'm not here.
Okay, Angela, yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Auntie,
Josephine.
Josephine.
Let me just say to you, okay, we are doing technology now. What we're doing with technology of is what they want to do to our children and what they want to do to us.
Okay, well, when I say technology, I am not talking about We are in the era where you have computers, you have
So
everything,
let's put it in this manner. You mean advanced age or advanced years?
things,
Yeah.
in life now.
Mhm.
What for me now, the young person like my daughter who's coming up, who's trying to do something, having to, and maybe meeting a gentleman who's also doing something, is to give them advice
Mhm.
as to how they can support one another.
Mhm.
This is where I'm coming at.
Okay. Okay, Master David. Yeah, Master David wants to come. They say you are the man, so they will allow you to speak.
I think that there is something that's a good point and a good question. We cannot leave.
Can't hear him at all.
Yeah, Master David, your voice is a bit gone far. I don't know what happened.
Tell Master David to leave
Yeah, speak again. Let me see.
Is it better now?
I think it's better. Yes, it's better.
Oh, okay. What I was saying was the question is a very, very important question.
It's drop again.
What we are discussing, because we cannot look for solutions of 2021 or a problem of 2021 and bring solutions.
Really just speak like we're just putting our ears into the ground to hear.
Yes, it dropped again. Yeah, it came.
Can you hear me now?
This is better. Uh-huh.
Can they hear me?
Yes. Can you hear him? Okay.
Oh, boy.
Go ahead, please. No, it comes and then it I think, yeah. Go ahead.
Is it better now?
Yeah, speak again.
Yeah,
Yes,
is
it
this
is.
one okay?
Yes.
If you stay where he is without moving, so we can hear.
They say what you want to say without moving. We can hear. It's amazing. That's technology for you. Go ahead, Master David.
Yeah, so what I wanted to say was that we cannot bring 2021 problems and look for 1999 solutions.
Mhm.
It's not going to work. Because when a young person today, young women are working, young men are also working. And in the era that we have those working, this is where even the support comes in, and they need that support much more than anything. And the guy cannot tell you, the woman, that you are a salesperson in a departmental store. So quit your job, come and join me, become a computer technician, just because that is my field and that is where I feel comfortable. You have to respect the fact that everyone has passion. Everyone has something they do that makes them feel good. Now, with this technology and being inclined computer-wise, it can also help the wife to set up an online marketing or online marketing store where he can help her to maximize profit by bringing in those technologies. The men of today have to understand that we are both setting off on a balance. And at the end of the day, we all leave the house in the morning, go to the office, and sometimes maybe you, the man, will come home early. You have to go take the children from school. You have to bring the children home. If your wife is not home, you have to help the children to do homework. In this day and age, we don't rely on the women to raise children all by themselves, like our mothers did in those days. It doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
The woman can cook big batches of food and freeze them in the freezer during the week because Monday to Friday is working days.
Mm-hmm.
So when you, the man, you come home early, the first thing to do, warm up your some food. There is technology. You can text your wife, what are we eating for dinner tonight? What do you want me to prepare? She will text you, oh, I feel like eating rice. Okay, for me, I will eat some yam. So I want to warm up some yam, and then I'll get your rice in the food warmer, something. You know, this is how it's supposed to be.
Mm.
We shouldn't rely on the other because the same way when the woman sees that the water bill is in the mail and she don't ask you for money, but she uses her card to pay for it. It is the same way you
late to me.
you
I'm not hearing.
it is the same way
Go ahead.
it is the same way you have to also do some house chores when it comes close to you.
Mm.
And so it is a balance that when we respect each other and we respect the business or the trade with which everyone is in, we can balance things out.
Mm.
And both of us, because sometimes your wife has a vacation and you, all you do is you are always working from home.
Mm-hmm.
You can go with your computer to a vacation because you can work from that vacation site. You can submit your project from that vacation site. So you have to go with your technology to be able to help do that vacation and spend time with your family. But you cannot tell me, oh, you have vacation. I don't have a vacation, but I'm working from home. You can take that technology with you everywhere you go and still do your job. So it's one of those things that I think we can always and all of us can balance things out, irrespective of whichever way we find ourselves. I will pause here for them to bring in something that we can continue from there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Master David. Thank you. I think I have another caller on the line. Let Mama Josephine finalize yours, and then we'll come Mama Angela, and then I'll take the other caller. So everybody will have a go. Mama Josephine, are you still there?
Yes, sir, I'm still here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I suppose it's this topic that we talked about. I mean, there's a few other things, and as we talk about it, more issues just comes up in my mind. But at the end of it, it's about if we are to support one another, as we said from the beginning, is to understand one another where we are going, and then try to do as much as you can to help. Not to be critical, it's a competition, not to be critical, criticize one another, but to do so in oneness. Because when it goes well for all of you. You all enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Mama Josephine. Thank you. Thank you for those powerful points that you have made. Okay, we'll highlight them. Let me hear Mama Angela, and then we'll go to the next caller I have there.
Okay, I'm just going to round up from Auntie Josephine and just say 100%. I didn't hear everything that Master David said anyway, but I'm just going to say to you that I agree with Mama Josephine right now.
Okay, thank you very much for agreeing with her. We appreciate that. Okay, we have another caller also on the line. Hello, who do we have there?
Hi, Rev, it's Doctor. I'm so sorry I'm late.
Very, very, very extremely late. But you are welcome. Extremely late, but you are welcome. So let's hear you, Doctor.
So, Rev, do you want me to answer a specific question?
Okay. Whichever way you want to come in, as we are asking that, we are talking about red flags of how you can know that this person is in to help or is in to mess you up. And then we've gone into areas of where Mama Josephine just said that we should work in harmony, not in competition. Some people are partners, but they are competing. And then some of them become too critical or criticize in extreme. So this area, what do you think that, okay, this question that has come, let us find a solution to it. He said, this lady is saying that some people are very it's uneasy to help because they don't accept their mistakes. Now, so she is saying that there are people that you cannot support because they don't accept their mistakes. So when they have made a mistake, they still hold on to that, and therefore you cannot support them. So how do you deal with such a person? How do you deal with a person who does not accept their fault or mistakes for you to help them or support them?
Okay. Again, sorry for that I'm late. But this question, I think it all depends on the person that needs the help. If I can only tell you what help I need. So even if you think I need help, I may not need help, but you may think I need help. Then you've gone ahead of me. So I think it's up to the person who needs the help. So if they are unsupportable or they don't require the help, then I don't have to help. Because if they need the help, they probably will come to me and say, "Yo, I need your help." And then I'll say, "Okay, if you need my help, then let's try and work it this way." But if they're looking like they're really happy and comfortable and they don't really need your support, then maybe they don't need your help. Because only I can tell you if I need help or not. So if I am looking like I'm like I don't need the help, then maybe I really don't need the help. I think because help is only help when it's given to the person who has required for it. If it's being given to anyone who is not requiring for it, that's not help anymore. That's me obstructing somebody's life. That's me. It's a great I'm taking advantage of your territory. I'm what do you call it? There's a word for it. It's gone now. But yeah, it's like I've broken your personal. You have your own personal arena, isn't it? It's like I'm trying to do that.
Okay.
So help is only help when it's needed, right?
Okay, thank you so much. I like the approach where you came from, but there are other side also to it, which let me bring it in this context. Let's say that. Okay, come in, Mama Josephine. Is that Mama Josephine? Okay.
We're talking about marriage, relationship, and particularly marriage. And I can understand if it's just friendship and you don't want to ask help. I mean, I know you need help, but you refuse to, you don't want the help, and therefore, better I stand back. But here's a case whereby sometimes, you're married, and whether it's a husband or wife, going into a direction that will bring chaos to the family. As the partner, wherever part it is, or let's say I'm talking because I'm a female, I need to find a way, to bring harmony to the situation that's happening. Because his success, my husband's success, my success, when he falls down, everybody, including everybody, the family, everybody will suffer. So then how do you deal with that?
Okay.
If the money, even the money that's supporting, if it's a business, and it is, the family money going, and it's going into, wrong direction, what do? You have to find a way to bring resolution to it without having to fight,
Yeah. Thank you so much for the clarification, and I appreciate that. Now, let me say this as Doc says one and then add yours to it. That Doctor is saying that help is given to the person who asks for it. Yes, in some extent. Now, when a woman accepts a proposal of a man and becomes a wife, You don't sit down and wait for the man to ask for help before you do it. Now, if your husband comes home and then probably got his feet cut by somebody and then he's bleeding, would you sit down for your husband to say, I need help before you do that? No. As you have accepted that, it is your responsibility to support. Hear me. There are certain areas that the person must ask you. There are certain that you don't sit down and wait for the person to ask you before you respond, because it becomes the support now becomes your responsibility. In marriage, support becomes responsibility. It's your responsibility to support your husband. It's the man's responsibility to also support the woman. So you don't sit down and see that your wife have no clothes. He has nothing to wear, and you are sitting down waiting for her to ask, husband, I don't have clothes, before you buy. You are irresponsible. If a woman sees that a husband has not eaten, and you are sitting down for your husband to ask you, I want to eat first, then you are irresponsible wife. So to understand, a wife becomes supportive because it is duty. Now, when we come to relationship, that is when you don't have to impose on the person. Now, let me use this scripture in like the man sitting at the beautiful gate. Now, he has been going to the beautiful gate, the chapel, and sit by the gate every night. And then will be begging for alms. Now, when Peter and John got there, he now was begging them for alms. And they said, such as I have, I give unto thee. They didn't have silver and gold to give them. He was expecting a particular support from them, but that was not exactly what he needed. Now, so there'll be some people that will be expecting some particular or support, but that may not necessarily be what they needed. But you, the person looking from another angle, so no, this is the right one that they need. But there are some people that will not accept it. They haven't come to terms that, okay, I or see what you see, so they may reject the help that you are giving, except the ones that they think is good for him. Let's say that if Paul and Peter had money and they have given it to that beggar, would they have done him that well? Than healing him? Which one was the support that he needed? The healing, of course, but he was asking for something that is minute. Sometimes people do that. A man may be going into business and then be looking at one aspect of it. Probably the wife sitting at back may see something that, okay, if you do it this way, it will help. But being the man, you may think that I am the man, and so therefore my words goes. I must do it the way I have to do it. Now, I shared this story once ago. A man of God who was sharing his own story. He said that he is a businessman. And that every time he goes for a business deal, he ran at a loss every single time. He has PPD, VVD, he has master's degree, whatever, but he couldn't sustain a contract. And now, this man of God decided to take it into fasting and started praying. And then God told him to listen to the wife. And then he began to say that, well, why should I listen? He's just a housewife. What does she know about business? What should I do? Why should I listen to her? He kept on making the same mistakes. And to one time, he said, okay, let me try and see. He was even just trying. And then he was surprised by the in-depth wisdom that the wife gave him. But all along, when the wife was trying to chip in something, this man would just shut her down. What do you know about business? What do you know about business? Now, this man was saying that now all I do is that when I'm going for a big contract, I only take my wife. If my wife listens to the proposal and everything and she knows her head, sign it, what I do is I sign. If she shake her head, it means that I say, no deal. And he said since he started listening to the wife, for that support that the wife gave, he said, I have never run out and lost. I'm now gaining it. No, so there are diverse people that we will meet. People that will open up to accept support or help. And there are people that will close that because of ego, because they are ashamed, because of certain things. So as a wife, as I say, and as a husband, supporting your partner is something that becomes your responsibility. You don't wait for it to be asked for. It makes you, what name do I give to the man? As I said, your wife doesn't have probably a bra, and you are waiting for your wife to come to you and say you see her breast in the dress and it's just flat or something, it's not standing up and it doesn't look good. You are waiting for her to come, honey, I need a bra before you buy. You are becoming an irresponsible husband. In the same way, a woman, there are certain things that it's your responsibility to do. So let us know that there are people that you have to wait for them to ask you for help. There are people that you don't sit down and wait because it is your responsibility. I don't know if I have clarified that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much. Let me allow Master David to come in, and then we'll be running up from there. Well, we have we have a man of God, Michael Teku with us, servant of the living God. We appreciate you. He said, listening to your wife. Listen to your wife. So please listen to your wife, men. Listen. Thank you so much, servant of God. Master David, please come in. Please come in, and then we'll run up. I believe that next week we'll do part 2, because most of the things, there are questions that have been sent here, we have not even answered them at all, and we have to go into those areas as well. So Master David, please come in.
Yeah, I think Dr. brought a very important point. Sometimes when people ask for help, they appreciate the advice, and at that time they are open and receptive. Than when it is offered at the time when they have not requested. But the fact is, when it comes to relationship, when both of you have agreed, I always say this: if you are able to go naked in front of your partner, then there is nothing else to hold up to, because your dignity is your nakedness, and you have exposed it to this person. So what else is there for you to hold? What else is there for you to hide or to keep? It's a little bit mind-boggling when you look at it from that perspective, because the fact is, at the end of the day, who are you doing, and what do you stand to lose? Because, like we were saying, a man sits in the house because you are the breadwinner, because you bring in the biggest income, and you always want your wife to come and beg you for money, ask you for money all the time. That is not, you are not being supportive. You are being a dictator at that point. Because if you want to support your wife, she shouldn't be a beggar. You know what she needs. You know who she is. You know she's not having any job that brings in that much money, and so you know she relies on the income you bring. Because she don't come and ask you that your son's diaper needs to be changed, because she changed it in the morning and it's your turn to change it at night. She does it without asking. So what becomes the problem when you have to support, and your supporting time, you need her to ask? It has to be a request. That is one big thing that sometimes I cannot wrap my mind around, because it becomes difficult to deal with, in the sense that how is it that one person can do something without asking the other fellow, but the other person gets it and they don't want to do it willingly, like they are getting from the other person? That brings the question that, okay, then the relationship is imbalanced. Because if it is balanced and you respect every woman, then you wouldn't get to the point where it has to go to an extent that one has to be begging for support. It has to come just like that. It's an automatic thing, because we know each other. You know me, I know you. So it should be difficult for you to help me out when I need that help. I shouldn't say. But when it becomes that one-sided relationship, that is where people are always going to be begging and asking. It shouldn't be at a request. It should be that you do it willingly, and you will be happy to do it. Because for me, I think you don't have to live a life of a dependency. One shouldn't be a dependent. Your partner is not a dependent on you. Both of you are partners. You are partners. It's like running a business with somebody. There is no dependent. You bring in something. I also bring in something. The woman does the house chores. When you walk in with your friends into your house and the house is well kept, don't you feel proud? So you don't think that woman deserves something, some commendations, that she have to be begging until something is done for her? That's not right. So, like you said, maybe next week we can go into the questions that came so we can answer, because we have to also answer some questions that come in, because there might be certain things that bother.
Okay, let's take this one, because the ones that was text to me, we can keep that text, but the ones on the let me just quickly take this one on Facebook so that we can answer that, and the one that was text directly will be kept for next week. So please pardon me for that. Next week we'll definitely deal with those questions that have come in. Let me take that one on Facebook, since that one will not be there. Probably we have to go and look for it. And then so it says that what happens when your partner keeps asking for your help and you have helped them lots, but the moment you can't help, they try and make you feel bad? What would that be, a sign or a red flag? Okay, Pastor David, do you want to come in?
Can you repeat the question again?
He said, what happens when your partner keeps asking for your help and you have helped them loads, but the moment you can't help, they try to make you feel bad? Would that be a sign of a red flag?
Of course.
I like that. Of course.
That means the person is now taking help into a sense of dependence. You know, someone helping is different from someone becoming a dependent. Help is, you need assistance, and I do at some point. It's just like me talking about women doing house chores. The house chores they are doing, in certain ages past, it was the woman's duty. But today, as we speak, house chores is not 100% the woman's duty, unless she is a full-time housewife. But if she's working, then you don't expect a full working mom to be doing 100% childcare, 100% cooking, and 100% house cleaning. That is unfair. That is slavery. So I don't know. I'm not trying to be harsh, but that is the plain truth. The woman is a help. She is there to help you. So if you are not footing 100% the bills of the house, even if you are, what is the big deal about helping your own children to put up their shoes, to dress up for church, to shower your own son? What big deal is it? That you cannot do all that. The woman have to cook, she have to clean, she have to take care of the children, she have to do everything, and on top of it, at night you will not even let her rest. Come on. We are all human beings, and when a woman is asking for help financially from a man, you need to be a good manager. It's not that all the time you are asking for money and then you go out there and be buying unnecessary things. We see women with shoes that they have never worn. The shoe is in the box, the receipt is inside the box for one whole year. She will never wear it. Why did you buy it in the first place? You don't need it. You know, it's not about buying. When you do that, the man becomes tired for pulling out money. That's hard-earned money. And if A man is also, you have a helpful woman who sometimes by the time you come home, the bills that were in the bill, she have taken care of it. That means you should not ignore it next month thinking that she will pay it. You are now becoming something else. You are now becoming somebody who is a user. You are using her. And so we need to respect each other's contribution. You bring in something, I bring in something, and then we meet halfway, and then we help, we complement each other. I shouldn't be ashamed working with you outside because I give you enough money to spend on good clothes. The man is walking out of the house and the wife is telling him that, well, you know, your shoe, your pants, and then your tie, they don't match. And can you go back and change this green tie into something, maybe a black tie or something? And he gets upset. What do you know? What school have you? What qualification do you have? It doesn't take qualification for a woman to know how to make scallops. For crying out loud, just shut your mouth and listen. For once, be a man. Humble yourself. So sometimes our ego and our pride is what keep the mouth of the woman shut, that they don't even want to say anything to us. But if we swallow that pride and respect each other, we complement each other. There is a man in a relationship. He pride himself. I have been married for 15 years. I am in a relationship. I have been dating this girl for 5 years. She's all I have. I am all he got. But not once have this egoistic man told the wife, you look good in this your outfit. No simple compliment. But you tell me you are married for 15 years, so we should clap for you. Shame on you. Begin to learn the simple things that make women feel proud and happy. And when she go out there and other people are complimenting her and she's laughing, you, this same man, jump into your ego and begin. Why do you laugh with all these men? Is it because they like you or you like them? Shame on you. I think I'm really big here.
Thank you so, Master David. And also, just to add to that question that came, and then Doctor, I'll give you the opportunity to also say something. It says that when I assume that this is not marriage, because when you say signs of red flag, I assume that it's relationship. Now, when help is not reciprocal, then it becomes a problem. When it is one-sided, one person is the one giving all the time, and the one is the receiver, it becomes a problem. Now, help must be given. You support me, I support you. That is how it's supposed to be. That is how relationship is supposed to be. And I don't think that somebody should use your inability to do something to make you feel bad, especially when you have been there. When you cannot and you verbalize it, I believe that the person should come to understand it. It is only when somebody, an abuser or somebody who is trying to take advantage of you, that will always see it in that manner. Now, if you have been asking every time, or you have been taking every time, and today the person does not have, I believe that you should come to a point of even understanding, but than to make the person feel bad. So I would say that if it is courtship and the person is always, I use the word always, asking, and the other person is always giving, then please be watchful, because that's not how it's supposed to be. It must be hand go, hand come. You support me, I support you. And therefore, when you are not able to do something, it should not be used against you in any form, in any shape. So please let us be cautioned about that. So we will say, yes, it's a red flag, or sometimes probably the person is, I wouldn't say ignorant about it. No, the fact that they make you feel bad, it is intentional. The fact that they make you feel bad, it is intentional for you to feel bad so that you will give. So I would say, yes, definitely it's a red flag. So if you are in a relationship or somewhere that you are the only one providing, only one giving, when the person is capable or the person cannot support in other small things, then please will be watchful and be watch out. Okay, thank you so much. Let me allow Doxa to come in, and then probably last word and we are done. Len Cliff says, good evening, Mommy. Good evening to you all. Sorry I'm late. You are very, very out of even late. Late itself is more, you are out of the lateness. We bless God. Who do we have there? Doxa come in, and then Mama Josephine will come in. We take our final word each, and then next week, by the special grace of God, we will continue.
Alright, thank you.
Mhm.
So, right,
Mhm.
to get it right, just to get what the question was. The question.
Mhm.
Before I even begin, I always say,
Mhm.
being a helper,
Mhm.
we're in the office of the Holy Spirit.
Mhm.
The men are in the office of Jesus.
Mhm.
Women are in the office of the Holy Spirit. Yes, we can do so many things, but we don't always have to do it.
Mhm.
I mean, this is the approach of our service from that. As much as help is required, sometimes even if someone is not asking for it, actually they ask for it, because eventually those people that needed help, they eventually realize that they needed help from you, and they'll come to you.
Exactly.
Eventually they'll come to you.
Mm.
But I want to answer the one that the
Mhm.
question that was asked. If someone is always asking for help and you're always giving it to them, and then they ask you for help but you're not able to give it, I may just be busy. It may just be as simple as that. It's not that I'm too busy to cater to you, but at this point in time, you're really not my husband either. So please don't feel like you have privileges. let's not feel entitled here. Let's not feel like okay, this is my son. I have to feed it. No, you are somebody I am getting to know, or somebody I am trying to see if it can work together. So if I can give you, I will give you. But don't feel too entitled when I can't give it to you.
Mm.
Yeah, I think a lot of us we become wise in our situationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because it's like, oh well, how do I know that you can cook? Or I just want some food, and it's like, oh, okay, I'll go make you some food. You know what? There's a McDonald's down the road. Please, brother, just go down the road. You will survive. You will survive the night. How have you survived this time without me? Please, you can survive. I beg you by the mercies of God. I beg you. But when you marry me, let's make things different. Maybe when you marry me, I'll be able to wake up at 2 a.m. and make what it. That's different. Now we have a reason. So I think there's some entitlement there. No, you shouldn't feel entitled. When I am trusting you, I am not your wife. Neither are you my husband. I think this is when I said before, if you remember, Rev, when I said that I shouldn't expect it from you. I should play my part, and I know I shouldn't expect it from you. Oh no. So sis, that's a red flag. I'm very neutral. I like to take the neutral side of the Rev. I think this one I'll call it red flag. But it also depends on how they said it. Because if they said it in a nice way, not a narcissistic way, there's a narcissistic way of saying it. So when I needed your help, you didn't help me. No. When you needed my help, why didn't you go to the Holy Spirit, who's your comforter and your helper? He would have helped you. Please don't come to me. I'm not the Holy Spirit. I'm not the wife either. Please. Don't help them. Yeah, but I think at times we feel very entitled.
Yeah. Okay. Let me say something there. Just as you have said, there's nothing wrong in helping. Yeah. But it should not exceed your ability. You hear me? If you are able to help, you help. If you are not, you are not able. Don't let what the help you are giving exceed your ability. Because if I don't, sometimes people live in guilt. If I don't do this, he will leave me. If I don't do that, she will leave me. And for that matter, they force themselves to do what they do. If what you are given does not come from a pure heart, a giving heart, then you shouldn't. Now, exactly. I believe that relationship is interdependent. It's not an independent school. When you come into relationship with somebody, you depend on each other. You help me, I help you. Scratch my back, I also scratch your leg. Where you cannot do, as Master David said earlier. But when it becomes one-sided, you are always taking advantage of the person. You will not buy a gift for the person. You are always receiving from the person, not even. No, this is a pure red flag that one must come to a point and say, no, I'm putting an end to that.
One
Uh-huh.
thing we shouldn't forget is
Mhm.
relationship is not a gateway to slavery.
Mhm.
That's one thing we all have to understand. Relationship is not a gateway to slavery. You are not enslaving yourself to the other party. You are
Mhm.
all human beings. Everybody have their own conscience. So
Mhm.
don't corner the other party to become your slave. No,
Mhm.
no, it's not. We are helping each other. We are complementing each other. It doesn't
Mhm.
make one person a slave to the other. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Thank you so much. And also, just to clarify something for Doxa, as you were saying that we women stands in as the Holy Spirit, and then the man stands in as Jesus. So if the man sees you fit to come and ask you for help, it's a blessing. Yeah. So don't direct him and tell him to go to the Holy Spirit, because if you stand in the place of the Holy Spirit, but what you have to be is that do it to your best ability. Don't do it gradually. When you don't let it be a force, don't let it be
No,
like the person.
I was no, I meant in the courtship when someone is making you feel as if I make a statement that
Mhm.
there are certain people. It's not even that you can't give them the help. It's how they respond to you not being able to give them the help.
Mhm.
Because yes, I may be in the situation to give help, but I may not give it because I'm just not available. And then someone will come in a very narcissistic way of saying, "Oh well, when I needed the help, you didn't give it to me." And it's like, "But I genuinely couldn't give it to you. If you
Exactly.
felt like you needed the help, I wasn't with you before all this time. So where were you getting your help from? Go and ask the same God that was giving you up his help."
Mm. That's
Yeah,
that, as I said, it wouldn't be a right response to give. Go and ask God,
okay.
because God works through
No,
human beings.
it is the right response when you are ready to walk out. When the person is not trying to help you and they want to turn you into a slave, you give them their own pound of flesh and you walk away. Because this person telling you in that narcissistic tone can never change. If he is not respectful enough in courtship and want to be narcissistic, you give them their pound of flesh
And then you walk
back
out.
to them. Exactly.
The
So that one
conclusion
is
of the
the right
matter.
answer. It's the right answer when you are at the edge of breaking off. Give him your pound of flesh and walk away. Say, see ya.
Then you say, see ya. So, doctor, did you hear that advice? It only comes in when you are ready to set out and go on your way. Then you tell, go and ask the Holy Spirit. And then you say, see ya, you are gone. God. Mercy on us. Now, we appreciate there's so much questions that have come, and I believe that next week we'll go further into it and then share. And I believe that there are areas that we have not also touched at all when we come back to supportive relationships. Some people are dying in silence, and some people are being abused, even do I say over abused, and we must clarify things, what is to be done and what is not to be done. Yes, you must support each other in relationship. It is a it's in the marriage, it's a must. It's a must that you support each other in a relationship, in the marriage. When it comes to relationship, it is not a must. You do it willingly. And if you are not able to do it, sometimes you must explain why you cannot do it. And then so that to bring what unity in the relationship. Oh, I can't do it today because there is no time for me to do it. If you just say I can't do it, it opens door for so many things to come in. But if you the person asks for man, oh, this moment I am not able to give it because of this reason, it closes the gate than to say I can't give it or I don't have. Then they begin to think, okay, you don't want to help, but give a reason why you cannot do what you are supposed to do, and let it be genuine as well. And then when it is not, when it's not genuine is when you think the person is taking advantage of you. And then sometimes you may have to, okay, be wised up and say, I can't do it, even though you know you can do it, because it's just taking advantage of you. So we will come back next week, and I believe that we will go further in sharing. Doxa, your final word. Your final word.
Um, Oh, thank you very much, guys. I'm so sorry I was late, by the way. I really, really missed out a lot, I think.
Okay.
Next
Next week you'll be the first person to be here.
Yes, right.
Uh-huh.
I will be the first person to be here.
Okay.
So my final words, I think, even God has support system.
Mm-hmm.
Even God, He has a support system.
Mm-hmm.
He is the Father, He has Jesus, and He has the Holy Spirit.
Mm.
So man will always need a support system.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
I think it is also important to establish it, even in the early stages of courtship, to establish that, look, I am going to require help. Because there's even people who are in relationships that feel like they're not needed. And it's a horrible feeling to have for anybody.
Mm.
So I think it is very important to establish that at the beginning, that, look, I'm going to require help. I'm going to need it. And in many ways, and this is the person I am. So let's get to know each other right at the beginning. When I behave this way, sometimes it's because I don't want to ask for your help, but I really need your help. And then, yes, I really need your help. I know sometimes there are times when some people can't tell me that they need help, but then there's a certain behavior they portray. I know that they need help, and I just go and help them, whether they like it or yes. So I think it's important to know that even God the Father has a help system. So we should, if we're going to walk in His image, we also have to ensure that we establish that in our setting.
Thank you so much, Doctor. And just we are saying that something just came in my mind. Just to know that when God pairs two people, He does not pair two dumb people or two ignorant people. But what He does is that where your weakness lies, the person may be strengthened, may have strength there. So you learn to complement each other. You learn to allow each other to help and support. Don't think you are Mr. Know-all. Don't think you are Madam Know-all and you have all the ability and all everything. Please, wherever you need help and you know that this person is somebody that you have gone in depth with, some of them in the initial relationship, please, you can't tell them you need help. It will be used against you in the court of law. So watch the one that you tell them what help you need. And so when you know that this person is a person that I can open up to, please open up and share so that you can deliberate on it together. You can find solutions together. I believe that Master David said something earlier on that. But than you keeping it in your heart and thinking, I'm going to solve it all by myself, I'll do it all by myself, then you make the person in the relationship with you becomes probably maybe fed up or want to walk out of there, because if they are not needed, as Doctor said, then what's the point being there? So please learn to share and share with the right people and share it right as well. Also, thank you so much. Mama Josephine, please, your final word, then Master David, and then we are done. Thank you. We have exceeded our time.
Okay.
Extremely.
So my final word is communication.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in trying to find, help somebody to communicate. Let it be plain. If you're not able to do it, I mean, with the last week that we said, if you're not able to do it, because sometimes we women want to do the extra mile to go, if you're not able to do something, you should be able to tell whether man or woman is my limit. But the important thing I feel in anything is to be able to communicate, talk, and
express. Thank you so much, Master. No, Master. So help me, God. Thank you, Mama Josephine. We bless God for your life. Communicate well. And then when you are not able to do something, please communicate it. Don't bottle it in and don't think that you are pressured to do it. Speak and speak well. That is a good advice. God bless you. And then let's take our final one from Master David, and we come to the end of today. Forgive us for the time. Next week we'll be on time and then finish on time. God bless you. Master David, your final words. Your voice is very far.
I don't even know what my final word will be. Because
put the mic here.
it's tough
Uh-huh.
to deal with human beings. It's difficult to deal with human beings.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing we all have to know is that when you tell yourself that I will be teachable, then everybody else can deal with you. But when you are unteachable, you cannot learn from anybody. So let's humble ourselves. Let's become teachable human beings. And let's also learn to listen to other people. When you are teachable and you are a good listener, listen to the end and try to hold your opinion to the end and don't impose on anybody. The relationship will be sweet and enjoyable. We'll see everybody next week where we can dig more into it because Doxa was late today, so couldn't bring a lot of questions. And next week I hope we will all make it some time and enjoy. I respect every one of you, those who comment online, those who join us, every one of you. And I'm sorry that from time to time I do get myself in an absentee list, but I will try my best to make it up, irrespective of whatever happens. I love you all, and I will see you again next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Master David. We appreciate every one of you. Thank you, Doxa. Thank you, Mama Josephine. Thank you, Angela. Those that call in, those that are on the page, Mama Joan, every one of you, your contribution means so much to us. We appreciate you. We have the man of God, Michael Teku says, great discussion, very informative. I salute you, woman of God. God bless you. Thank you so much, servant of the living God. I appreciate you joining us this evening. We thank God for your life. And to every one of you that joined, Mama Emily, we bless you, Sarah. We bless God for your life. Lynn Cliff, every one of you. Thank you for joining. Next week, we have a lot to share. So please, let's be here on time on the same topic, but diverse ones where we are going to deeper into other things with the story that I wanted to share earlier. Sorry, but tomorrow and next week, by the special grace of God, we will do that. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Love you with the love of the living God, but know that the Almighty God loves you better. Enjoy your relationship. Be the best man that you can be and be the best woman you have to be. Thank you all. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye for now.